The Marlboro partnership came about because of the Race to the Top grant applications. And our dean at the time, Melinda Treadwell, had worked real closely with SAU 29. And Melinda, through her connections with Reuben Duncan, who was a principal at Marlboro School since it was a K-8 school. Reuben, very innovative with his thinking around K-8 education. We started having a dialogue of putting together documents for the New Hampshire Department of Ed Race to the Top application at the time.
What does an agreement look like, and how do we construct that agreement?
So a lot of it is getting to know, your relationship, like me and the method student, let alone the kids, but you have to you're working so closely.
And how to develop that relationship.
Right.
We were a school in need of improvement. Our learning was strong in certain areas and not so strong in other areas. We were in an old building. The building was in the last of its years. So when I was touring the property, the site of the new school that we're currently in, it all just came together and said, we're in the middle of making many changes. We were in a transition period, and then I'm putting, this problem, the fact that we have this site, and then the need all together, and it just came to my mind. Hey, let's make this kind of a teaching school.
I was involved in some of that planning, and there were a lot of ideas, really innovative ideas, things we're actually doing right now. At the time, and when we didn't get the Race to the Top grant, we looked at each other and said, this is too good to not follow through on.
It's absolutely worth the investment. That's just from what I've seen just from the 3 semesters that the program has been going on now, talking with my colleagues and talking with the teachers at Marlboro and the principals at Marlboro and the students. It's absolutely working. It's absolutely worthwhile. The question is, how do we make it economically sustainable for the college?
Our accrediting agency, which is called NK, National Council for Accreditation of Teacher Education, has put forth a number of white papers about the importance of robust clinical experiences. So our accrediting agency is saying we need to be considering that. And at the same time, the State Department of Education in New Hampshire has also looked at how do we have a continuum of teacher preparation, from pre-service to the novice teacher to the experienced teacher.
Well, to be a partnership with Keene State College means a couple things. One, it has to be a 50-50 or 100-100, whatever. It has to be an equal win-win situation. Whatever we are giving, we need to be receiving something that's equitable. And as a principal or a superintendent, you have the responsibility of the complete range of teacher preparation and development. A district really needs to have a good, strong mentoring program. They may come in strong, but they have a long way to go. And so we need to be pairing them up with master teachers who are going to support them and be there with them every step of the way.
So, where did you guys work last time?
Well, we were in that little pod, but there's no pod.
You guys can work in the middle here.
I have Matt, Caitlin, and Will.
Why don't you work in Mrs. Watson's room? Okay. So I'm going to be splitting up between 2 groups. So I'm going to take one group out, and the other group I'm going to have you read to self until I come back and switch. I'm going to start with Sam, Jack, and Tristan.
I think it was a win-win situation because the kids were able to get their individualized learning, and I was able to truly teach to what they needed in a much more detailed model.
If Miss A calls your name, you're going to meet her in the middle.
I have Stevie, Isaiah, Josie, Phoebe, and Aaron.
It did increase my workload because I would plan them into my plans, but it was a positive increase because on the Monday and Wednesdays when I had the most bodies in here, that's when I was able to do the most differentiation that I could.
That was very appealing to me, that, wow, we've got the college students here. They're giving service to us as well as learning from us. We hopefully can impact how colleges train teachers, but to make it a partnership and do it together makes perfect sense to me.
That's my hope and dream, that this model will show positive effects on teacher education and on the children.